Hi everyone and welcome back to a little bit of Warframe. So today I want to talk about the Khora Farm. So I set out to farm a second Khora for the Helminth system, right? And I am definitely not willing to sacrifice the Khora that I already farmed and have polarized up, right? So why? Pretty easy. This Khora has a 3 Forma investment into it, and I do not want to lose that at all, right? So I set off to farm a second one that I will be feeding to the Helminth once I have gathered all the resources to craft her. But yeah, that's a story for another day. It's not too bad to farm, to be honest, but let's take a look. We have all the parts dropped that we need, and we only got 2 duplicates, which is like... that's pretty decent, not gonna lie. I am willing to bet that I got quite lucky in this farm. And I have some numbers to back that up, right? In the wiki, there is a part that will tell you the expected amount of rotations that you have to hit in Sanctuary Onslaught. Sanctuary Onslaught basically works like a survival or a defense mission with the AABC rotation, right? In rotation A, you have basically the lowest chance of a part blueprint to drop, but you will roll that twice as often as all the other rotations, right? Because 2 and 4 wave reward can roll, and then after 6 zones you have the B rotation, and after 8 zones you have the C rotation. To make things worse, in the C rotation you have 2 drops that you need to get. Yes, the drop chances are slightly higher, but you need to get 2 of them, right? So that's actually where the duplicates were coming from, right? From rotation C and from rotation A. The fun thing was I did a live stream, and that was about 3.5 hours, and all we were missing were the neuroptics, right? And this is the rotation B reward. So all I had to do is farm up the neuroptics blueprint, which took me quite some attempts. But we finally are here, we finally have everything we need, and as you can see, all we need to get are a couple of Kavat genetic codes. That is no problem, that is easy to get, right? So just how many attempts in Sanctuary Onslaught did it actually take me to get everything that we have here? Well, it's a bit hard to say because I had to reset on a 4-zone adventure twice. So that means we had 8 more A rotation rewards than planned, which is a-okay. That doesn't matter too much, honestly. But all in all, I went for 12 runs. 9 of them were 8 zones, 2 of them were 4 zones, and the very last, when I got the neuroptics, was a 6-zone run, which was very lucky. So, in rotation A, your drop chance is 8.33%. We had 24 rolls, we were expected to get it in 12, and this is pretty much right in the middle, right? Because we did get a duplicate in rotation A, which means we are perfectly in the middle there. We are exactly on the expected amount of runs that we were getting the info from the wiki. So onwards to rotation B then, right? We were expected to get it in 11 attempts. We actually managed it in 10, which is quite nice. The drop chance is 9.09% here, and as I said, this was the last one to drop. Still, 1 attempt less than expected, which is quite nice. And here's the big one. I got exceedingly lucky on the rotation C reward, because yes, the drop chance goes up to 11.28% per drop you can get, right? So both of them, and we managed to get a duplicate. So we hit the roll 3 times. That's crazy, right? We rolled for 9 times. Expected is 16, basically, for both the parts, right? We definitely did undercut there by a good amount, and we even got a duplicate. So I would say I was exceedingly lucky this time around. The first time around, though, I was very unlucky. So I guess this balances it out, which is fair enough. That's fine by me. I am happy with that. So yeah, second Khora will be coming up hopefully soon. Also, the new update just dropped, so I wanted to talk about that just a tad bit. There are 2 major things that were very, very much up my alley, and I had great interest for them. So, first things first. If you go to Quinn, and... Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry, I just ranked up to the max stan, or the max rank, and I forgot to talk to Quinn. That's my bad. That is my bad. That is dialogue we cannot skip. But that's okay. Right, so I don't know why this guy is 200 meters away from where you need to enter the Zariman, right? I honestly don't know. But it is how it is. At least now you get a portal that will send you to where you need to go, right? And that's good. That's a step in the right direction. I can live with that because I'm gonna be honest, I won't be grinding too much. But as you can see, we are in the rank of Angel. We invested quite a bit of standing already, and I will talk to you why we did that. But let's say you are taking this bounty. Now what happens? You have a teleport orb here, and that takes you towards the elevator that you need to take, right? I love this. I think that's great. So, yeah. Hey, mate. Right, so next up is actually Caballero. Because if we take a quick look here, we have 2 new ephemeras, which I don't like either of them very much. It's just not really my style, to be honest, especially the hands. I don't like those. But we have 2 new Incarnate weapons, right? We have the dagger as well as the shotgun. I might go for those. I haven't decided yet. I will have to take a look. But the one thing I was very excited for was the Amp Arcane adapter for 20,000 standing, which I think is a very fair amount. Yes, you have to be max rank to actually be able to get those. But I wasted a little bit of standing there, but that's okay. As you can see, 28k, so I'm very much able to, whenever I need one of those adapters, to just go for them, which is quite nice, right? Also, here are a couple of Arcanes. Emergence Dissipate is definitely something that I would like to get a couple, right? Definitely want to max that one out. That can be very much a good thing to me. And as you saw there when we were talking to Yonta, you can trade Void Plumes in. This is basically a similar thing to like Ticker in Fortuna, right? Where you can sometimes just offer resources from around the Zariman with Void Plume Crests and Thrax Plasms for a Quill, Void Shell Orb and Thrax Plasm. That would be a good trade, right? You could get one of those and get the Pinion if you don't want to farm the Angels, so that could be a trade that you definitely want to take if it's available. And just honestly, that is great. You can future-proof your Syndicate standing if you want to. And yeah, this is basically why I was playing with Necros, right? I had to farm up the last couple of resources for the last rank up, and I was just using my melee and Necros to support my squad. Honestly, just shut my brain off and was there to generate loot for everybody. It worked out fine. We got what we needed, which is very nice indeed. Yeah, so we need to get a second Khora. As I said, we can craft this up. That is fine by me. Currently, we are not able to subsume another Warframe. We need to wait 18 more hours, which is unfortunate, but that's how it is. The next reward will be not what I wanted. Oh no. Aha! It's rank 10 that we need for unlimited subsume slots. Alright, that's good though, that's okay, we will be able to get there. We definitely want to have Khora in here for her Ensnare, and Mirage for her Eclipse. That's our next two subsumes that we will go for. Other than that, as you can see, my Mastery XP has increased again. I was leveling some stuff, we need like 20k Mastery, which isn't that much to be honest. That's really not that much. We could just farm up a couple of weapons. Yeah. I mean, I did level 2 new Prime frames to get there. First and foremost, Banshee Prime is maxed, and Khora Prime is maxed. She's unranked, you might seem to think, but yeah, I just invested the first Forma into her. We will definitely invest even more. Why is there still charge in there? I don't get it. There we go. We will definitely invest 1 or 2 more into this, just so we can get a fleshed out build for her, as well as a Excellence Warframe adapter, which we will need to farm some Cephalon Simaris standing for. Right, other than that, we are pretty good. We did drop a couple of new Arcanes. We were able to level some of them up a little bit. If we just go towards amps, you can see we are looking pretty decent. And in the operator department, we are getting there. Emergence Dissipate, let's get this to rank 1 for now. That sounds good, right? That sounds good. And before I forget it, yes, I did invest one of the... never mind the Khora fashion, I just started on that. I am not satisfied with the looks. I will get back to that soon. Right, so let's have a quick look. My 777 amp is the only one that is currently able to get a second Arcane onto it, right? So it's the main amp I use for Eidolon hunts as well as for general play. It's just the one that suits me the most, and we were using Virtuous Shadow. I have added Virtuous Fury for now because I want to test that out. That was the first Arcane I used. We could also opt for Virtuous Strike, which actually that's definitely the better thing. So on headshot we have 40% chance for 60% crit chance, right? And on crit we have a 20% chance for 80% crit damage. So these two will be very good regarding Eidolon hunts and dealing with Void Angels in combination, of course, with Void Strike. So yeah. I'm kind of wondering if we take a quick look at the Unairu tree. There were some fixes to this because now, if you take a look at Caustic Strike, it strips 100% enemy armor. It does not on Eidolons, which is good, but that also meant before the update you were not able to proc an Unairu Wisp of that. Why, I don't know, but this is fixed, so we might go back to use Unairu Wisp for solo Eidolon hunts. Although I have to say, Void Strike and Power Transfer are just so good that, and the Contamination Wave as well, right? To get more damage as well. These combinations are so well thought out that I think Void Strike will be the go-to for my Eidolon hunts. So, you might think, hey, you have the Arcanes you want, you have the focus you want. Did you change up anything else? And yes, I did. I did. Right, so here's Volt Prime. Volt Prime has changed. We definitely need to get some fashion going for this guy. Um, that should have some priority. But yeah, Roar is still subsumed onto him. That has not changed at all. That's fine for now. We will try out Eclipse at some point, just for testing reasons. But yeah, Volt Prime has received 5 Forma in the meantime, and yeah, so this is not quite the typical build you would see. There are 2 mods in here that are not on everybody else's build, or at least one of them is often not there. Sure, Shock Trooper and stuff is kind of what you would expect, right? High amounts of strength, yeah, we expect that, just so we get a good amount of bonus damage from Shock Trooper here, as well as from Roar, right? But I have Primed Flow on here, and most people will use like Adaptation in this slot, right? Because they just don't want to die. I found it to be easier to... Staying alive is easier than to generate energy if you don't have Xenoric, right? So I opted for Primed Flow, and instead of any like Coaction Drift is used a lot to strip more armor with Corrosive Protection, right? I went for Preparation on rank 8. I left this on rank 8 since I farmed this one up. It's 80%, 82% of max energy, and that's a good amount of energy that we have, right? So yeah, I mean, very decent, and it allows me to cast and save on energy pads. That's basically the gist of it, right? I will also have a Steel Path test loadout here. I will talk about that another time, I think, because I feel it's quite cool. It is quite cool, and it does work very, very well. So yeah, but just to show, we also invested 1 more Forma into the Rubico Prime. We are also on 5 Forma here, and you can really see how expensive this whole thing is getting. That's 10 Forma for 1 weapon and 1 Warframe, right? But this is just to show that you can do stuff like that if you really want to invest into it. 5 Forma, we changed out Vigilante Fervor, which is what we were using before for Vile Acceleration. I want to test this out. I want to have more fire rate. The minus 15% damage, that is a-okay. I don't care about that. And why only Hellfire? Because of Shock Trooper, as you can see. Shock Trooper adds electricity damage, and you know what that does. Hellfire and electricity, fire and electricity gives you the radiation damage, right? So that's how we deal radiation damage with this build. Other than heavy caliber as well, like we did before. This is basically the build for Trinity, if I want to use this to support our DPS, right? And this is just honestly only good for Volt right now, which is okay, but that was worth the additional Forma in my eyes. Yeah, so definitely we need to do something about the fashion and stuff like that, and I just wanted to give you a quick update on that. Regarding Eidolon hunts, we have done a couple of them. I really am trying to practice, to get better. I mean, I've done a ton of Terries beforehand, right? So this number is a-okay, but I think we've done about 40 Eidolon calls, or like 30 at least over the last couple of weeks, where I just sat down and tried to solo them, tried to get better, tried to develop strategies that work for me. So that's really a good amount of time that I invested into that. And you might ask why, and the reason is simple. I honestly enjoy the fight. I don't know what it is. It clicks for me. It's really just fun, and you get a good amount of focus, right? And some arcanes, which is always fun. But yeah, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And as always, take care. Bye.